These stylishly dressed wandering streamers are live streaming along the bustling streets of the city, but the number of viewers in each stream is dishearteningly low. In one stream, there are only 8 viewers.
有没有可能我们都被骗了? Is it possible that we've all been tricked? There's been a hot topic recently about how many social media influencers are back to their regular jobs. I've been following one influencer with over 500,000 followers who also started job hunting last week. The influencer said it was for a change, but who wants to go back to working like a dog after managing to make money like that?
Douyin might really be on the decline. Its fall has been faster than I imagined. The traffic benefits are gone now, and honestly, it started to decline in 2023. The rise of wandering streamers in China reflects a complex social phenomenon shaped by the Chinese Communist Party (CCP's) central control, influenced by economic and societal factors. This growing trend highlights the struggles faced by many in a rapidly changing society. As of 2024, there are about 15 million professional streamers in China, with 12.3 million involved in e-commerce streaming, making up over 80% of the workforce in the industry. E-commerce live streaming is by far the most dominant segment. Industry reports show that just 2% of top streamers account for 80% of the revenue, showcasing a clear case of the Matthew effect, where a small group captures the lion's share of the income. The number of top streamers, those at the highest level of the industry, is relatively small. These top-tier streamers have massive followings and valuable platform resources, making them scarce. For example, in 2020, Taobao Live had more than 20,000 streamers, but only a handful of stars like Wei Ya and Li Jiaqi reached the top. The middle tier consists of 1.5 to 3 million streamers, accounting for about 10% to 20% of all professional broadcasters. These streamers typically have 100,000 to 1 million followers and can generate traffic and income. Data from Inca platform shows that streamers in this range make up a large portion of the popular streamers. Full-time streamers in this group earned an average of more than 10,000 yuan per month in 2021. The majority of streamers, around 12 to 13.5 million, are at the lower end of the spectrum, making up over 75% of the total. An estimated 3 million of them are wandering streamers. In 2019, 70% of these low-tier streamers earned less than 100 yuan, about 15 USD a month. By 2025, 98% of these streamers are barely able to survive financially. These wandering streamers, broadcasting from remote or less developed areas, rely solely on donations from viewers. Due to a lack of followers and traffic, they rarely participate in e-commerce live streaming or earn commissions. Their income is not only low but also highly unstable. Oh, I found a pair of glasses. Looks like this treasure chest really does have good stuff. Wait, there's nothing real here. Look, this yellow thing. Hey, isn't that a little mandarin? This is actually good. Why do I say mandarins are good? They have a peel. If you peel it open and eat it, it's not dirty. The video you're watching is not part of an adventure or treasure hunting show. It's a real-life look into the life of a wandering streamer in China. This 27-year-old's life took a dramatic turn during the strict COVID-19 lockdowns, which led to his business failure and a series of setbacks. After the lockdowns were lifted, he decided to wander through various southern and coastal cities, including Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Suzhou, and Hangzhou. During his travels, he learned how to rummage through trash bins, gather leftover food from fast food chains like KFC and McDonald's, and sleep in public spaces or abandoned buildings without attracting attention. Alright guys, next let's find a corner. We'll observe the target and wait patiently. After 10 to 15 minutes, the leftovers they leave will be all ours. Eventually, he began streaming his daily life on the streets, drawing the attention of many young viewers. As a wandering streamer, he shared his tips on how to survive in an unfamiliar city without spending any money. If you haven't found a job and don't have any income, then please, stick with me and watch this guide. I'll show you how to survive in this ultra-competitive society with ease. He is one of the fortunate few among wandering streamers. Most, however, face much tougher circumstances. Another source of income is from posting videos on this platform. The platform pays a reward based on views, kind of like a paycheck. But as you can see from my number of views, with a few thousand but less than 10,000 views, I can't make much money. basically less than 10 yuan per video. I post one video a day, and most of the time I can't even make 100 yuan a week. The survival situations of wandering streamers vary depending on their background and the content they create. I used to be a civil servant. I just thought, wow, there's so much good stuff thrown away in the trash. I should pick it up. That's the simple idea. They say I'm crazy. A former government worker from Shanghai named Shen Wei ended up homeless after a dispute with his family and was forced into early illness retirement due to his frugality. He became an internet sensation when videos were made of him reading classical books like the Book of Documents and the Analects of Confucius in subway stations and under streetlights. After 2019, he began collaborating with others to livestream Chinese traditional culture, gaining over 1 million followers. However, he couldn't handle the complexities of social interactions, and he eventually shut down his stream and returned to living on the streets, following his own preferred lifestyle. Shen Wei stands out as an unusual case among wandering streamers. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, China's economy has been struggling, with a sluggish real estate market, rising local government debt, declining exports, and tense US-China relations. The youth unemployment rate, especially among those aged 16 to 24, reached 19.9% in 2022, increasing financial pressures on many young people. For young people with limited life experience and survival skills, live streaming offers an easy entry point. With just a smartphone and internet access, they can quickly monetize their content. This low barrier to entry has drawn many young people who are unable or unwilling to enter traditional industries. By the end of 2023, there were 15.1 million professional streamers in China, meaning there is nearly one professional streamer for every 100 people. These wandering streamers often broadcast from public spaces such as sidewalks, under bridges, or in tunnels. Some even stream late at night or in harsh weather conditions. They lack the comfort of indoor spaces and face constant disruptions from the weather, noise, urban management, and law enforcement. Guys, I think I hear police sirens. Are they coming to arrest me? Oh no, the people who check on homeless people are here. I'm so nervous right now.
Where?
Over here.
Why are there people living here? I'm here to ask a few questions. Do you have your ID?
Yes.
Take it out and show me.
Many view wandering streamers as new age beggars, and this stigma only further isolates them from society. In addition to these external challenges, wandering streamers also face increasing involution within the industry. Involution refers to the process by which creative and meaningful activities gradually turn into zero-sum games due to excessive competition, economic pressure, or commercialization. This results in a vicious cycle where participants, in their quest for limited resources like money or attention, find themselves trapped in high-pressure, low-reward situations. Over time, this causes participants to lose their creative drive and their work becomes repetitive, much like the monotonous labor of traditional office jobs. Behind the uniform equipment and ring lights seen in the video lies the support of multi-channel networks, MCNs, which help drive the success of many influencers. Many wandering streamers join these networks because they provide equipment, training, and broadcasting spaces. However, these arrangements often come with high revenue quotas and strict contracts that limit the streamer's freedom, increasing both their workload and psychological pressure. As a former top wandering streamer, Shen Wei, who once roamed the streets looking disheveled, was often surrounded by a group of well-dressed women. The main reason for this was to boost his online traffic. After all, the fame and money that come with traffic are what many streamers value the most. In China, live streaming platforms typically offer different revenue sharing models based on business types. For instance, on Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, individual streamers get 30% of their gift income, with the platform taking 70%. For MCN streamers, the fixed share is usually 45%, up to 50%, and with incentives, it can rise to 55%. Adding in a 5% technical service fee, the platform's total cut can exceed 35%. When it comes to e-commerce sales, individual streamers typically receive 20% to 30%, while short video-based sales bring in about 5 to 10%. MCNs, or multi-channel networks, are influencer management agencies that have signed contracts with platforms like Douyin. Douyin's business model heavily depends on audience payments in the form of virtual gifts and e-commerce commissions, while advertising revenue plays a secondary role. In 2021, China's e-commerce gross merchandise volume surpassed 500 billion yuan, with live stream tipping accounting for the majority of the revenue. In comparison, platforms like YouTube and Twitch rely more on advertising revenue shares, 55% for YouTube, 50 to 70% for Twitch, and channel subscriptions, 50 to 70% share. Direct sponsorships, such as super chats and bits, make up a much smaller portion of their earnings. Thanks to a strong government backing, China's live streaming industry has grown rapidly in recent years. In 2021, the market size reached 184.4 billion yuan, with e-commerce live streaming leading the way by combining shopping and entertainment. Platforms like Douyin and Taobao Live not only deeply integrate e-commerce functions, but also rely on ecosystems like Alibaba or Tencent to offer a seamless experience from content creation to purchase. By contrast, YouTube and Twitch focus more on content creation and community interaction, and their built-in shopping tools are limited. Instead, creators often place links in their video descriptions or channel pages, like links to personal online stores, affiliate product pages, or sponsor websites, so viewers can click through to make purchases. The Chinese government views e-commerce live streaming as a key part of the new economy, a term that refers to technology-driven industries built on digital platforms, especially during the 2020 pandemic when live stream sales became a vital channel for China's retail sector. The state-run People's Daily called it, quote, an important channel to promote consumption. Unquote. Local governments have also rolled out supportive policies. Cities like Shanghai and Guangzhou have launched various incentives, while places like Hangzhou and Yiwu are offering training materials and policies to support the development of live streaming talent. E-commerce live streaming saw rapid growth during the pandemic, with almost 388 million users in 2020, about 40% of China's internet users. By 2023, Douyin's retail e-commerce sales grew 60%. And the market is expected to exceed $1 trillion by 2026. The government sees this as an effective way to stimulate consumption and ease unemployment, particularly in lower-tier cities and rural areas. At the same time, the government has imposed stricter regulations on platforms, merchants, and streamers. However, the government's control over ideological content in live streams has remained tight. It explicitly bans the spread of content deemed harmful to the party's image or content in non-Mandarin languages, such as Mongolian, in an effort to maintain its so-called cultural unity and ease censorship. Back in 2016, Chinese authorities already introduced rules requiring all livestream hosts to register under their real names. Platforms must verify and record each host's identity and provide that information to law enforcement upon request. Since 2021, the government's tax department has ramped up its crackdown on live streamers, with several top influencers, including Wei Ya, being fined for tax evasion. Wei Ya was fined 1.3 billion yuan and permanently banned from the platform. In response, some have sarcastically remarked, quote, in China, even a farmer killing his own pig, chopping his own tree, fishing, or digging a well can be illegal. In the city, setting up a street stall or riding an electric bike without a helmet is against the law and you'll get fined. If your car fails an inspection, you'll be forced to scrap it. Forced consumption exists in every industry. Everyone has original sin. You're safe only because you're not worth the trouble. Investigating someone takes time and administrative work. If you don't have enough money, you're not worth the effort, unquote. Street streamers make up a much larger portion of the live streaming industry compared to other streamers, but most are on the fringes near the bottom. Due to low traffic, high revenue cuts, and harsh working conditions, their income is minimal, and the gap between them and top streamers is vast. In the future, street streamers, especially wandering streamers, will face even fiercer external competition and stricter regulatory pressure from the government. After all, the struggles that wandering streamers reveal about their lives are in stark contrast to the government's portrayal of a harmonious society, where everyone is supposedly happy. As the most vulnerable group affected by the involution effect, meaning extreme competition, the economic pressures on wandering streamers appear the most obvious. As the economy continues to struggle, this group is expected to grow and the income gap between them and top streamers will only widen. Today, a wandering streamer on Douyin with nearly 700,000 followers is still struggling financially and has no choice but to announce her departure from the industry.
I'm not playing anymore. I'm going home. I can't keep doing social media. When I first started, it felt so glamorous, but now it's a total mess. There's no such thing as budget travel. All those budget travel stories are lies. Douyin's entry bar is so low. Just a phone and a car, and you can live a dream. That's why everyone's fighting to get in and share the pie. Of course, I was tricked into it too. By 2025, so many familiar influencers have disappeared. Many others have just stopped posting altogether. The point of all this is survival. With the way things are, if you can't make money, stopping might just be the best option.
The mental and living conditions of wandering streamers reflect the combined effects of China's economic downturn, job challenges, and mental health crisis. Choosing live streaming as a career is both a survival strategy and response to the growing pressures under the CCP's authoritarian regime, as well as a desire for freedom. However, this lifestyle often comes with high-intensity labor, unstable income, and social stigma. In the future, most wandering streamers may leave the industry due to declining returns, while a few may survive by shifting to more professional roles. However, in an authoritarian society under the CCP, such opportunities are incredibly rare. With the CCP's increasing control over the internet, the content presented by wandering streamers only scratches the surface of the real lives of ordinary Chinese people, especially those at the bottom of the social ladder. The reality that the Chinese public, particularly those living in remote rural areas, faces under the CCP's authoritarian control is far heavier and darker than anything that can be conveyed through videos or written words. Perhaps only after communist ideology has completely faded will the Chinese people truly understand what it means to feel free. At that point, the wandering streamers' lives will transform, showcasing the renewed vitality that comes with freedom.